The nurse noticed something wrong before the heart monitor did. Eleanor Watkins had pressed the call button 3 times in 10 minutes. Her hands were trembling. Her voice kept fading in and out. "I feel cold," she whispered. "But I'm sweating." Linda Martinez stood beside the bed, calm, steady, smiling softly. "It's okay," she said. "You're safe. I'm right here." Minutes later, Eleanor's blood sugar crashed. By morning, she was dead. The death certificate would later read, "Natural causes," and no one questioned it. Some stories disturb you because they're violent, others because they're brutal. But the ones that stay with you forever are the quiet ones, the ones where nothing looks wrong until it's far too late. This is one of those cases. A story about trust weaponized, about kindness used as camouflage, and about how evil doesn't always break doors. Sometimes it tucks you into bed. Brookfield was the kind of town people described with a smile. Tree-lined streets, unlocked doors, evening walks without fear. Retirees lived alone without worry. Families trusted neighbors. Caregivers were welcomed like relatives. Linda Martinez fit perfectly into that picture. Early 40s, soft voice, always punctual. She worked as a private caregiver, mostly for elderly residents who lived alone. She cooked. She cleaned. She managed medications. Families loved her. One family, the Watkins, trusted her so much they gave her a spare key. Eleanor Watkins used to say, "Linda treats me better than my own daughter." Linda smiled when she heard that. She always did. Over the next several months, Eleanor wasn't the only one who died. There was Frank Hollis, then Margaret Reed, then Harold Simmons. All elderly, all living alone, all under Linda's care. Each death looked peaceful, expected. Medical, doctors signed off. Families grieved quietly. Linda attended funerals, held hands, cried softly at the right moments. She even helped organize memorials. That detail would haunt people later. Detective Aaron Keller didn't see a crime at first. What he saw was paperwork. A local bank employee named Susan Patel noticed something small. So small, she almost ignored it. Several deceased clients had made last-minute financial changes. Small withdrawals, then larger ones. Always before death. Always involving the same caregiver. Susan hesitated before reporting it. "These are old people," she told her supervisor. "They change their minds. They get scared." But the pattern didn't sit right, so she made the call. That single phone call almost didn't happen. And if it hadn't, none of this would have been uncovered. Detectives began quietly reviewing records. No crime scene, no weapon, trauma. They assumed, briefly, that a family member might be involved. That was the first misdirection. Time was wasted. Leads dried up. Linda continued working, caring, smiling. Meanwhile, Detective Keller noticed something subtle. Linda's name appeared in every case file. Always present, always helpful, always trusted. They interviewed her casually at first. She brought paperwork, medication logs, notes written in neat handwriting. Everything looked perfect. Too perfect. Keller later said, "It felt like interviewing someone who had rehearsed grief." The first exhumation nearly didn't happen. Families resisted. Doctors pushed back. No one wanted to disturb the dead. It took weeks of legal back and forth. She was timing them. Her arrest was calm. She didn't scream. She didn't resist. At the station, she offered coffee to detectives. During interrogation, she denied everything, then minimized, then blamed stress. Then slowly, she began talking, not crying, explaining. She described her clients as already fading. She said she was helping them rest. When asked about the money, she smiled and said they didn't need it anymore. Detectives noted how she corrected small details, dates, times, even while confessing. Control mattered to her. When shown photos of Eleanor, she looked away, not in shame, but irritation. She was harder than the others, Linda said quietly. She panicked. That sentence made one detective leave the room. Families listened to the recordings later. Some collapsed. Some screamed. Brookfield changed overnight. Locks appeared on doors. Smiles became cautious. Caregivers were questioned. Because Linda didn't force her way in. Linda Martinez was sentenced to life without parole. She never apologized. She never expressed regret. In prison interviews, she once said, "They felt safe. That mattered." The most disturbing part of this case isn't the insulin. It isn't the money. She looked helpful. She looked kind. She looked like someone you'd trust with a spare key, and that means the most frightening truth isn't about her. Because if evil can look like care, then the line between safety and danger is thinner than we want to believe. You never see people the same way again. If this story unsettled you, share your thoughts below, because awareness doesn't just save lives. Sometimes it saves the people we love most.